Hey, Newalk, Pastor Joe and I, we're back with a little bit of an update of where we're going as a church going forward. Some really good things to report to you about where we're heading. Of course, our church has been closed with live services, but we have not been closed. So we're not technically reopening because we never closed, but we are reopening eventually our live services. We're working our way there. We're actually going through our own phases as a church because the governor has said churches are exempt, so we've had to kind of figure this out on our own. But Pastor Joe, tell our people where we are, kind of what we're thinking about where we're going.
Yeah, sure. So last time we talked a couple weeks ago, we had just moved into phase 1 as a church, and really not a lot changed. Well, exciting news. This week we moved into phase 2, New Walk phase 2. We invited small communities back onto campus. So we had a small CR group, some groups in the landing. This week we'll have some of our AMPed group back on Wednesday. Now, being very careful, right now groups of 10 or less, social distancing being practiced, plus all of the appropriate sanitation in place. But right now we are moving into phase 2 with small communities back on the campus.
Now, then, there's a chance, Joe, that we have our phase 3 date figured out. What are you thinking?
Looks like it's going to be early June. We're thinking it'll be June 4th. Something exciting is that we're going to add a Thursday service to kind of spread things out. So that service will be Thursday, June 4th, and then we'll have our normal set of weekend services. Now, of course, we're going to be very careful. We're going to be limiting our room to 30% capacity. It's why Pastor Gary added the other service. And then as things progress, as the contagion rate is diagnosed, and as long as it stays low, we're going to continue to ramp up our capacity.
Yeah, so we're getting close. These dates may change. I want to say to you, stay tuned, because everything changes on this thing pretty quick. But again, we're taking it slowly. We're working a plan, and I want to say 2 things about this plan. If you don't think you're ready to come to a live service, don't. We're not saying we're getting rid of this so that we can move to live services. What we're saying is we have 2 things that are good together: live services and online work as well. All that's going to happen continually. 2 things at once that are going to make New Walk. But I also want to say, not only do you have that choice to say, I want to stay home or go to live services, I also want to say, when the time comes, we are going to do our very best, like beyond what is happening in other settings, to do sanitation, social distancing. We're going to work very hard at that touchless worship services kind of environment. So, guys, it's getting close. In the meantime, we're going to stay vigilant, and we're going to make sure that we adhere to every possible standard that is out there. Until then, we'll continue to be praying with you and looking forward to seeing you again one day soon.